Hello friends, it's Simone. Today I'm here to talk about September. So this is day 7 of the 12 days of inks. But before I am going into that, I want to tell you how I enjoyed writing with the pen that I don't have in my hand. Yeah, preparation is everything. And it's not even here. Where exactly? Oh, I put it in my pocket. It's right here. The Lamy All-Star Petrol with a broad nib. I liked it. I was a bit afraid of the fact that it kind of sung when I wrote the first line up here when I still filmed the video yesterday. But today I did not have that noise obstruction with the pen when I wrote. The ink here shows a lot of peachy colors. I did not expect that from this ink swatch at all. I do really like it, and I just filled in all of those here, and I was a bit, I have this light brown, I have this yellow, those are very similar, but it does set itself apart and adds to the color spectrum. So it's not the same color over and over again, which I'm glad. I don't really have anything to say about this. What I do have to say is that when I touched this, the way this dried, it looks weird. And when I touch my finger to this, let's just go right in here. This is what it looks like. And this is dried about 24 hours now. So it shouldn't have this, I don't even know what this is. Is this black? Is this shimmer? And I'm very curious to see how this will perform over time when the notebook is closed and opened. But this was just a sample. This is not my ink bottle. I would love to hear if you have any journalized inks, how your experience has been with them, because I would really be curious. I loved how the shimmer distributed in the pen, in my pen, when I used it. And I was tempted to purchase more of that ink, but now I'm kind of hesitant after seeing what this looks like. September was 30 days, 30 inks, which was, I set this challenge on myself. The challenge is just to use a different ink every day, but how you define use is your own making. So you could just swatch it, you could whatever do with it. I decided that I wanted to film a video every day. I decided that I wanted to transcribe an A5 page every day, and you know, swatch it in here to share with you all. And I think, yes, I did also put a page like this into my notebook that I was hoping to use as in 2024, but I decided against it. This is my 2024 ink journal, so I went up from an A6 to an A5, and I did it. However, I got out not unscathed. It was very stressful for me, not the challenge, the way that I interpreted the challenge and did it. I need to really say that it's not the challenge's fault. There's lots of people who enjoy this every month with 30 inks, and they have a really good time. The way that I did it and the way that I posted it on social media and pressured myself to doing it, that wasn't really a good thing for me to do. However, nevertheless, I really loved using a different ink every day, nonetheless. And so I actually did the same thing, just not filming a video and also not sharing it on social media the same day. I did the same thing with the Inkvent calendar in December. So I inked a pen with that day's ink from the calendar, and then the only thing I did was write this snippet, but it was very, very enjoyable. So I'm glad I actually did this to see. But yeah, that was just not the coolest thing for me to do, to put myself under so much pressure. The inks that I enjoyed, there were several that didn't work, and I do have a daily video on my 30 inks, 30 days. And I think I also have basically a summary on how that went. But the inks that I picked today are, weirdly enough, all very light inks and all very similar colors. So the one that I picked here is Yurameku Yoi by Sailor, and I do only have a tiny sliver left of that. I have Vert de Gris, which is right here. It's not that far off from this one. And then I also have Sailor Manyo Fuji. This is, maybe it's because I put it in a Benu with a medium nib, which are quite wet writers. It was such a great experience, and it was, for me, basically the first chromo shading ink in this color family that worked well in a pen for me. And so that's why it was such a surprise, and that's why I picked it for today. But yeah, I think the way that I picked the ink colors is I went through all of my inks samples and new bottles. All the new bottles were a definite in. I picked most of the Inkvent calendar from 2021 that I hadn't used so far. And then I also went through my samples, and just whatever looked like I wanted to use it, I used. And so that's how I picked those inks. And then I have a video on every ink. Then I just pulled the ink from a little teeny tiny tin box. I put all the names of the inks on paper and then cut them out and put them in there. And then I picked them, and then that day I decided which pen I would put this ink in, and that was really a lot of great learning experiences for sure. I was able to see if an ink would work in the pen or not. Also, if I liked the ink color or not. So that was definitely a really good learning experience. And by transcribing and then using it for that much writing, I felt like I had a good grasp, Sailor, of how, if I would want to invest any more time, Yurameku. Oh, I shouldn't have taken so much ink of here, because this is actually the ink that I'm using in my pen, and the Yurameku inks are definitely special, that they look different on each paper, and I feel like I can see that right here, because this is so much bluer than I have it in memory. Where is it? Ah, that is so exciting. I'm going to open this in the other book because I feel like I should, or I want to. Where is it? Right here. No? What day was it? Do we remember? King Lear. I think it was in between those two, right here. Okay, I'm going to keep that on the side and then we'll see how it dries. I'm going to put that in the E95S with a medium nib. But let me swatch the other inks first. So this is Manyo Fuji. These are all, well, this one leans more purple, the other one leans a little bit more, I should not do that and put drops on the paper right here. One leans a little bit more purple, the other one leans a little bit more blue, the other one leans a little bit more green, but they're all kind of gray. September is my gray month. Well, on here it definitely looks purple. I do rinse this tin in this cup and I just fill it all the way so I can just swirl it around and then I wipe it clean on my paper towel. Well, clean. My paper towel doesn't look very clean right now. I have not picked the inks and my favorite pen for December yet. So I'm still thinking about that, but we're in September now, so I do still have quite some days left. What is this? Sailor. Oh, okay. So on this day, I put the Manyo up here, and then it's Nareshiko, and here is Yurameku. Well, I'm going to do that the same way. I don't know if I think this is the Yurameku line. So in theory, if I was going to put the line up with the brand name, the Yurameku would be up here. But then done is better than perfect. Okay, last one. And then we'll fill the pen and do a writing sample. These, I always thought, oh, who wants a 10 milliliter ink? But I am really, I'm liking the Diamine 12 milliliter sample sizes. I'm also liking these 10 milliliter sizes for the inks from Urban. It's just enough ink that you can use it multiple times. Like you can use it in a different pen. Maybe you can even give a sample to a friend because you like that ink so much, and then you're done using it, and then you don't have to come back and use this ink for the rest of your life. So yeah, I feel like they're all in a similar color scheme. And then this one is, and I just realized this is the third Urban ink that I am putting on here. And to say that this is 2023 was the first year that I actually started using them. I didn't start using them. Well, okay, Rouge Grenade, when did I use? May. So in May was the first time that I used an Urban ink, and I actually decided that I didn't. Before I put this ink in here, I thought it was boring. Same with this one. But I said it in the other video too. I would have no problem purchasing bottles of those inks because I really like them so much. So I think these inks are definitely worth exploring more for me. Oh no, this is just what it looks like when it's not super wet. I'm not going to dip my pen right now for the last letter one more time. Okay, so I do not have a converter right now, so I just looked and I do have, is this broken? I'm not sure if I should use this. Let me check. It's just it's not. I have another one. Let me just swap these. I don't have a converter that would fit this pen right now. They're all somewhere else. But I do have 2 empty cartridges, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to swap this out for that one. And then I'm going to use a loop. Now, I don't have a lot of... This looks weird here. But it's on both sides. I was able to get this grind at the San Francisco Pen Show by Kirk Spear of Pen Realm. I actually prepared all the things. The only problem is that I don't know where they are. Okay, I don't really need a lot of ink. And because this is not a converter, I can't really prime the feet. So I do need to leave some ink in here so I can dip the nib. But everybody says about these pens that they're so lovely writers. They're so good and so smooth and so nice. But this is a medium nib. My pen was just super dry. And I don't know what exactly Kirk did, but it took him quite a while to get this to a result where he was happy with. So I don't think I'm going to put this ink actually back into my stash of inks, because this converter is basically not converter. This sample vial is basically empty. So this pen is the Pilot E95S in burgundy. I think this is also some ivory maybe? I don't know. And it is a medium nib. And it doesn't really write that well on this paper. I will come back to you and let you know how my writing experience goes. I just want to compare this. So there's a lot of purple to be seen here, which I don't see a lot at all in this. This is a lot more blue than this. But we'll see how this turns out, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Until then, bye.